Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. I am Ipan Gunawan, a student of the Accounting Study Program, Faculty of Business and Humanities at Nusa Putra University. Today, I'm honored to present my research titled Sentiment Analysis, an analysis of public reaction and perceptions to the increase of VAT rate to 12%. Case study in Indonesia. This study delves into how the public has reacted to the Indonesian government's policy to increase the VAT rate from 11% to 12%, highlighting its economic and social implications. Let's start with the abstract. The value-added tax, or we can call it VAT, significantly contributes to Indonesia's state revenue, or we can call it APBN. The recent policy to increase the VAT rate from 11% to 12% has sparked diverse reaction from various societal groups. This study employs a descriptive qualitative methodology, analyzing secondary data such as prior research, credible news article, and highly interactive social media posts. It's categorized public sentiment into three groups, which is pro, cons, and neutral, and examines the factors influencing these perceptions. And let's get into introduction sections. So taxes are defined in Law number 28 of 2007 as compulsory contributions to the state based on law with no direct reward and are intended for the greatest public welfare. VAT is one of Indonesia's key consumption taxes imposed on value-added production and distribution. On 1st January 2025, the VAT rate is set to increase from 11% to 12%. This announcement has generated significant public debate. So, pro-groups argues that the increase will enhance state revenue and fund infrastructure, education, health, and public facilities. On the other hand, cons group highlights the adverse effects such as decreased purchasing powers and challenge for MSMEs. A neutral group perceive minimal impact on their consumption. So, the objective of this research is to explore these diverse reactions and identify their underlying causes. Okay? Let's get into methods and materials. This study uses a qualitative descriptive approach, aligning with Sugiono in 2010 framework for understanding subjective responses. Secondary data collection was the primary method, including scientific articles in journals published between 2022 and 2024. Credible news sources reporting on the VAT policy. Social media posts with high engagement reflecting public sentiment. Purposive sampling was employed, selecting data based on specific criteria such as relevance, credibility, and engagement. This approach ensures a comprehensive analysis of reaction to the VAT increase. Let's get into a result. So, the research identified three major public sentiment groups regarding the VAT increase. So, pro group believes the policy will significantly increase state revenue or APBN, enabling infrastructure's development and social programs. Views the tax as a tool for achieving sustainable income for national development. On the other hand, cons group highlight reduced purchasing power, especially among for low-income households. Besides the two of that, express concern over the impact on MSMEs, which face increased operational costs and reduced competitiveness. warns of potential economic instability resulting from the policy. In the other side, which is neutral group. So neutral group thinks the policy will not substantially affect their consumptions due to regulatory adjustments, such as limiting VAT increases to luxury goods. So this reaction reflects the socio-economic diversity of the Indonesian population and their varying levels of sensitivity of tax policies. Okay, so next. In conclusions, this study categorized public reaction into three groups that I said before, which is the pro groups, the cons group, and the neutral group. The pro group supporting the policy for its potential to increase state revenue and facilitate development. On the other hand, the cons group opposing the policy due to concerns over reduced purchase power and challenge to MSMEs. Besides of that, the neutral group perceiving little impact on their consumptions due to limited applicability of the VAT increase. The findings underline the need for thoughtful implementation of communications of fiscal policies to address diverse public concerns. And to ensure effective implementation of the VAT increase, this research suggests the following. The first one is tax education. What is the purpose of tax education? So the purpose is to raise public awareness about the allocation of VAT revenues to build trust and transparency. And the second one is support for MSMEs. Introduce subsidies or tax relief programs to safeguard the competitiveness of small businesses. And the third one is government transparency. Clearly outline the objectives and expected benefits of the policy to mitigate public skepticism. These measures can foster public acceptance and minimize adverse economic impacts. Okay, and thank you very much for your time and attention. This research highlighting not only the complexities of public sentiment regarding fiscal policies, but also the opportunities to create a more inclusive and transparent tax system in Indonesia. As we face the challenge of implementing the VAT rate increase, let us also consider the power between collaborations between policymakers, businesses, and society. Together, we can ensure that this policy not only drives economic growth, but also fosters equity and trust. I invite you to reflect on this issue and think about the role we all play in shaping a better economic future for our country. If you have questions, ideas, or suggestions, I would be delighted to hear them. Thank you once again, and I look forward to our discussion. Thank you.